Well, kuna vitu najaribu kusoma hapa hivi and I'm going to read something that I think yeah. Title ni cash flow planning. Key points. In order to win with money, you must spend all your money on paper, on purpose. Before the month begins, that is called budget. That's called a budget. The envelope system is an effective way to manage key budget areas such as grocery, entertainment, and gasoline. Your budget will not work the first month. It usually takes about 3 months to really start running smoothly. Use the form in the back of this book or our online budget software to get your finance in order. Well, I've been reading about budgeting as a family. This as I'm closing this chapter 3, heading to chapter 4. And the guy, of course, is trying to help people to understand how to budget, ama to do their budget during, especially anasema yeye na mke wake, they had a fight ya pesa in marriage. So they had to put everything in papers and put some money in envelope. For example, anasema like pesa za kununua nguo, they had to put that money in that envelope, and the moment hiyo pesa envelope imeisha, inamaanisha their shopping is done. So they're not going beyond ama sijui nini, no pressure. So he's just trying to help us ama to understand how to budget money, ama to have this budget in our marriage ama relationship ama even life. Kwa mfano kuna this thing imeandikwa hapa hivi, question for reflection. So you must sit down and reflect back, anasema what are some specific benefit of a written cash flow plan. That is 1. 2, how can the written budget impact a marriage? How can it strengthen a single person? You see, even you as a single person, you're not left out. 3, if you have already been living on a budget, what are some specific ways it has helped you stay on a target with your spending? If you have never lived on a budget, what concerns have prevented you from doing so? 4, how can the concept of 4 walls, food, shelter, clothing, and transportation empower you to prioritize your spending? 5, have you ever allowed someone else bill, collect, salesperson, family member, etc. to set your family's finance priorities? How did that happen and how did it turn out? You know, that ka family thinker, hey, kuna ka emergency, like unakwaza una prioritize your other people instead of your own budget. 6, in what budget areas could you immediately implement the envelope system? Anauliza, how do you feel about the actual spending cash instead of using credit or debit card for this purchase? I think the number credit card, of course, most Kenyans, some Africans, we don't do this. So, sign in here this chapter, as you can see. Yeah, I have a long way to go by the way. This book is gonna how many pages? Like about 300 plus pages. Now I'm only page 75. Of course, I'm going to cover up to page 100. This day being 31st. And if you like to read books kama hizi, ingia pale Google. Then type any book in PDF free download. You will see. Ama kama if you have my number na ungetaka app ya kudownload free books, just inbox ama text mniambie balozi nataka hiyo app ya kudownload books, and of course I'm going to share that app because ni app una install. Ukisema uende kusearch kwa Google maybe utapata vile unataka, but ukidownload ina ile app ambayo inakupatia you will get free books, utasoma na utasaidika. So don't forget today is 31st, and as we approach ama tunapoingia 2026, remember to have a good budget. Maybe this year to fail, maybe this year will fail, maybe this year mtu alikufail. But if you can do yourself a favor by sitting down with your own budget, who knows? 2026 might be your year. Don't be an emotional giver. Whether in your family, your wife, your husband, your children, don't be that emotional giver. Hata kama ni church, just because pasi amepreach uka feel good about it, alafu unapeana, then later you sit down and regret. Don't be that person. Yote tisa kumi. Happy New Year and see you 2026. Good morning.